Attention passengers. This is your co-pilot speaking. Your pilot is black mind, so you are not going blind and there is no power failure. You are merely experiencing the immense blackness of his proximity, and when you hear his voice, you and the cabin will get even darker than you are currently. We will be cruising at the speed equal to light, because the one other thing that travels equally fast is darkness. Your loved ones awaiting your arrival may not recognize you at first sight. This is normal. Simply tell them about the pilot, and they will understand. We will taxi to the runway now, so please buckle up and prepare for a high-speed departure. Thank you for choosing Jet Black Airways, where the phrase jet black is also a verb. We hope you keep jetting black with us until the wings and the wheels fall off. Justice forever.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to some of you and peace out to the rest of you. Hit the share button because the message is more important than the messenger. Let me start by thanking my Cash App donors. I thank all of you, and the three who stand out the most get specific shouts out now. They are MLR, D. Reed, and Autodidact. Thank you three from the bottom of my black heart and from the depths of my black mind, either for your generosity, consistency, or combination of the two. Shouts out to my Patreon passengers. And I want to tell you that are listening, if you have not gotten on it, you should, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm putting in travel tips that will make it easy for you. So either you're traveling now or you're going to be traveling a lot later, and I'm telling you ways that make it very easy so that you can bypass gaining the experience and you can start ahead of the game, ahead of the curve. I've got 6 travel tips in there so far. 7th one's coming soon, inshallah. The last one is in written form so that when you are implementing it, which means you got to shop for some small equipment that's not expensive, but when you're in the course of buying it, you might forget what the distinctions are. Simple. Go back to the Patreon on your phone, scroll up and down to find it. You don't have to go and listen to the whole thing trying to find the timestamp again. Got it? Because I'm trying to make it easy. 7th one is going to be about 2 specific steps to take that are very easy, very easy. You pay, not me, but you will pay for them. But they're worth it. 2 specific steps to take. So easy, and they will keep your computer running for years very well. Absolutely. Unless you just got a cheap laptop. Now, if you really got a bargain laptop and it's not fast, nothing works. There's nothing that will, but that's a different story. Getting into this message here, for which I'm recording this. We have 2 bits of advice that are extreme. One is whispered to young black boys, and we've heard of this advice being whispered to someone else, or we've had it whispered to us. The other one is not recognized as an extreme. It can be shouted from the pulpits. Everyone will agree. It sounds morally fine. And guess what? Morally speaking, it's not an issue, actually. Procedurally and tactically speaking, it is extreme because it's missing something important and it opens you up to become a target. We know that it's extreme and it's wrong and morally outrageous when one of the unks pulls young black boy off to the side of the family gathering or something, slips him a few dollars, slips him some condoms, says, yeah, man, you have fun out there with these women. Don't knock nobody up. Get all that you can, learn all that there is to know about these women's. Don't let them play you, you play them. We already know what's wrong with that. And yeah, if Unc said this and mom or pops heard about this, or grandmom or granddad, somebody probably go upside his head. That's why he's got to lower his voice, slip it to you, and say that, don't tell nobody about this. I'm teaching you a secret. That's why he's got to do that. Oh, MC Hammer did it once, according to a friend of mine. Now, this friend may not be able to remember, but he said that he told me the story in early 1990, but he said it was in late 1989 when MC Hammer was doing some concerts along the southeastern United States. One of them was my hometown. I went to that concert, but I was telling my man Snap about it later. Snap was like, yeah, man, I was at that concert. I met him backstage. Ironically, Snap told me that my mom had a connection that was the one that got him backstage. He said, yeah, man, I was there at the concert, man. I met Hammer backstage. He was real cool. He was like, yeah, man, you getting punani? We were in 7th grade. I'm going to tell you all this. It was sad. It was messed up that there was this advice being passed out at that point, and we didn't think twice about it. MC Hammer is not being slandered in this video. He's since become a pastor. I know he's not walking around telling stuff like this, but here's the kicker, and here's why I mention his name. As a pastor, he has since then had to tell young boys, young black boys specifically, man, don't worry about these women. Don't chase these women. Focus on your career and your finances, and the women gonna come. Now, that's extreme, and we don't know it, but why? That's because, so you understand, we under UBMPT, Union of Black Male Passport Travelers, know that if you chase women when you're young, you can and probably will lose money. But if you chase money when you're young, you probably will not lose women. However, not only does chasing money when you're young and chasing the knowledge to earn money cost you women in terms of time, but it will cost you experience guaranteed. Now here's the kicker. I don't promote fornication anyway. But knowledge of women is important. And that's what we must tell these young black boys. You must balance, nephew, between knowledge of finance in your career and knowledge of romance in women. You ain't got to get out there and get your ding-a-ling dirty. But you must know what the games are. And you can learn about these games either from guys that know, or you can observe the women. And as a matter of fact, the best way is to observe, weaponize the women's friend zone against them, or at your age, the girls' friend zone against them. Friend zone them. Friend zone the ugly ones, friend zone the fine ones. Don't be alone with them, but friend zone them so that you're in a position to hear them talk. Then you can juxtapose that to what they actually do, and you'll find out what they do from guys that know. Let somebody else get their ding-a-lings dirty to get the experience to tell you. Let them do that. That's what a wise learn from the mistakes of others. When you give these young black boys this kind of game, this kind of balance in between the two extremes, you're now giving them wisdom. And you are maximizing the chances that this young black boy is going to be in the optimal position when he's an adult later, because you plant the seed in his mind. And let's say you're saying, well, I see them, but I don't have much time to school them on that. Y'all know how moms get, especially black single moms. Hell, black moms that are married. You know how they get. A lot of times, even if there's a father figure, it's a stepdad, and she retains full control. Here's how you get around that. 3 sentences, black men. You plant a seed in a young black boy's mind, whether it's your nephew or not. Plant a seed in his mind with 3 sentences. Take you about a minute to say. Young blood, nephew, 2 important parts of life that every man must balance because they will compete with each other are romance and finance. You must know how you gonna earn your money. Learn them skills you need. You ain't got to know everything about women, but you got to know what games they play, what the dangers are, so that you don't be a target after you get them finances together. Because if you focus on the career when you're young and you get that together, they gonna come later, but it's gonna be a mix. There's gonna be a lot of them that are gonna come to you, and they're gonna be the bad ones, and you gotta know how to spot them. Some of them are gonna try to make an even exchange. That's no robbery. They're gonna come to you. It's your resources. That's what they want, but they're gonna cooperate and they're gonna submit. And you're not losing when you share your resources with them. And then others are going to come in and they're going to try to play games to get as many resources out of you as possible without cooperating, let alone submitting. We'll talk more about that later. And if I don't get a chance to see you, you're going to hear people give you advice on careers and finance, and you're going to hear people give you advice on romance and women. Just remember that there's a balance between the two. Take all you can learn about either one. Weaponize the friend zone against the women to learn about them. Because laying down with a bunch of them ain't going to tell you all you need to know. But hearing what they say and then seeing what they do, that's how you get it from a safe distance. And then careers and finance, all that information, that's good too. You need both. Young man, if anybody tries to tell you to neglect one or the other, then remember the balance. You say this to these young black boys, and man, that puts the seed in their head. If they never see you again, they're going to try to balance what they know about each one. They're going to try to get as much knowledge about each one of these two counterbalances as they can, so that when they get to be our ages, they will be in the optimal position to earn and enjoy what they earn on their terms, and to know with whom to share whatever and how much ever they have, and with whom to not share it. I've recorded this about 9 times and deleted 9 tries trying to get this brief. I wish PJ Washington had had the benefit of this when he was younger. We've held him accountable already for his part to play in this, for being that easy of a target. But PJ Washington, let's be honest, was developing his athletic skill to the point that he got where he's gotten financially. That takes an elite level of skill. That comes at a sacrifice. This is why those of us who know and are in a position to tell these young black boys should spoon feed them the information. Absolutely. Spoon feed it to them. You see someone that's studying medicine or engineering, or that is always developing an athletic skill, and they have a promising chance, at least, of going pro. You tell them, because for them to develop these skills that are going to earn them this much money comes at a cost. And we can't afford that cost. Doesn't have to come at a cost. Let them know early on that the women that are going to come when they get these careers in order are going to come to them because these women know that they don't deserve these second chances for which they're coming. They will be attractive, absolutely. But they will come with flaws and past. And the flaws and the past are the reason why these women are going to come. Let them know that the Brittany Renters are going to be out there, and that one of the reasons these Brittany Renters are going to be there is because these Brittany Renters intentionally are shutting those same guys out in the present day while these guys are still working on these skills and careers. That while they're putting in the grind, these same women are intentionally shutting them out, not only because they don't think they're attractive, but also so that they won't be experienced enough to know the games. So you just gonna tell them what it is, because they need to know. Because the women are coming not for the guys, but for their resources. And that her plan is to separate him from his resources as much as possible. So he needs to know these things so that he does not lose anywhere between half to all of what he earns. See, the other extreme, we know it's an extreme, but now we got to tell these guys that you're going to be a target. Chase the money when you're young, not the women, but understand that the women are going to come chasing you as a target, as a mark. They're not coming to you because they're in love. I hope this helps. The balance is everything. And this is why it is, and I'm willing to tell you the balance, even at the expense of seeming like a fence rider myself. Oh, you straddling the fence, black mind. No, you know what it is? I've had to live on balance so long. Just to be Muslim, I've had to live on balance so long, I've had to develop a sharp sense of it by practice alone. And when you think I'm straddling the fence, no, ninja, I'm walking on the top of that fence, because that's the sense of balance I've been forced to develop. Just to be a fair person. But that attitude that a lot of us have, sorry about that, that attitude that a lot of us have is the mother cuss word problem. We don't like nuance. We don't like balance. So what we do is we sit up and we act like it's straddling the fence and being weak and waffling, and understand that knowledge of nuance does not mean straddling fence and not having a backbone. This is kryptonite to us, from the Western Atlantic diaspora to Melanesia and a continent in between. And the day that our race, not nationalities, this is a problem we have across the board. The day that we get rid of that, we will get ahead of other races in many things. Because a lot of them have the same problems. They just don't pay as heavy a price for it as we do. I hope this message has been a benefit. Thank you for listening. Black heart, black mind, blackout. Assalamu alaikum. Black, heterosexual, non-select male power, just because you don't like it, and black patriarchy until extinction and judgment day. Thank you again for choosing Jet Black Airways. where we turn jet black into a verb. Keep jetting black with us until the wings and the wheels fall off. God's justice lasts forever.